Beautiful. In today's video, I'm just going to show you what a day of sewing looks like for me. I do custom service dog gear, custom sewing, knitting, and crochet. And so today I am making these downstay mats. Zion gave me an alert. But these are great to go inside of the cage or to be a downstay mat for service dogs while they're out in public. Or if your dog goes to the flea market or anything with you and they need a little spot for themselves. I quilt these, and I had made a mistake on my very first line here, so I had to rip it out so it wouldn't be crooked. And I love that these are quilted and they give a little bit of extra cushion for the dogs. And I find many uses for these. So not only is it good for if we're on a hard floor and we're going to be there for a while so my dog can be comfortable and lay down, but I also really like them because it gives me a little extra cushion when I'm in my wheelchair. I'll use it as a little extra seat for me. And then also if I'm ever about to faint and I need to get on the ground, I love that I have this mat so that I can lay down on it and not feel so dirty on the floor. Once I get it all quilted, I'm going to go through and make sure it was the right length. It wasn't, so I needed to add a couple more lines on the edges. And then I'm going to go through and pin and make sure all of my lines are straight for the border. But these mats roll up really nice, so they're a lot more portable than some of the other mats can be. And it's a lot thicker than a regular blanket, so it does give a lot more cushion. And they take a lot of time and effort and love to make, but I think that's why these handmade items are so much better than the factory made, because you know that a lot of love was put into them and they do take a lot of time and effort for each one. And I'm always working on multiple things at the same time, so I'm also making a tiny vest for a Yorkie. Their previous vest was a heart shape, but this one's going to be square. But they wanted the same thing, so I used the same pattern from previous. And then I'm going to embroider some turquoise letters on it that say medical alert and task trained. I love making these canvas vests with embroidery. They turn out so beautiful each time, and I love getting to see them on big dogs and small dogs alike. I'm also going to be working on another downstay mat, and so this one is a black and white one, and so I'm always working on multiple projects at the same time, and I'm putting together the vest at the same time I'm putting together that other downstay mat. I got a lot of work done on this day, which is really nice because I can go a long time with not having the motivation to do this. I use the little batting inside of the downstay mat to give it the quilted effect, and then I do some quick pins just so that way once I start putting it on the machine, everything stays together. Once I start sewing, it can be really easy for fabric to get twisted or turned, so I like to give myself a lot of extra space, and I like to check as I go to make sure my lines are all straight. It can be really easy to quilt lines at a different length or to quilt them just a little crooked, so you have to be really careful. Next, I'm going to have to pin the edges, and I check and recheck every edge to make sure that it's as even and as parallel as possible, because once all these mats are rolled up, I need all my lines to line up, and so I do check it with my old mats that I've made to make sure it has the proper dimensions, and I'm always making sure I check that it has squared corners. And then for the finishing touches on that black and white downstay mat, I get the ties ready, and this is what's going to tie the mat together once it's all rolled up. And I'm also going to finish that other vest that I've been working on for the Yorkie. And now that I've finished the downstay mats for today, I'm going to trim up the rest of the vest and turn it right side out. And then using a metal ruler, I'm going to make sure all of my corners are nice and squared and pulled out straight. And then all I got to do is iron it and put some straps on it, and then it's all complete. And here you can see it next to the old pattern of the vest they already have. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing a day in the life of a seamstress.